What's up, everybody? JVille Sports here with my daily sports picks video, college football edition. Welcome to week 2. It's Saturday, September the 8th. Thank you guys, like I said, for joining me today. Hopefully you guys are ready for a big college football weekend. Hopefully you guys had a successful week 1. I heard a lot of grumblings out there that a lot of people did not have great week 1s. We did. So we're looking to build on that success. So let's go ahead and get right into it. I don't want to make a super long video. We'll go ahead and recap week 1 briefly and then just get on to this week's action. So for starters, for those of you that are new to the channel, one of the things I love doing is putting together a big long shot parlay of the day. We had 9 teams in our first one. We'll go ahead and put it up on the screen here. So there's a lot of games, so many games. Usually I put this out on Saturdays because there's so many games out there. I have a lot of lanes, not necessarily games that I'm actually going to end up taking, but I have a lot of lanes, so I just go ahead and put them all together, let you guys know what kind of games I'm looking at, and then I put it together in a parlay, throw a little bit on it, so it's any bet that the payout is $10,000 or more, and I have a good feeling we're going to hit it this season. We'll see how long it takes us. So here was week 1's attempt. Like I said, we had 9 straight bets. We put them all together. There is an error on here. Washington Auburn under 48.5. That actually was a win. So we actually hit 6 out of 9. So not a bad attempt at all. 6 out of 9 is 66%. So if you put a straight bet on all of these plays, you would have made some money. So we had North Texas -5. That was a blowout, easy win there. Bowling Green and Oregon over 73. Also a super high scoring game, went over the total. Northern Illinois +10. Had a good feeling they'd keep it close against Iowa. They had so many chances early on in that game to score, and they just blew it. And I think that just hurt their confidence. And I don't want to say they gave up, but Iowa just poured it on them in the second half. That game wasn't even close. Navy Hawaii, I mean, they almost scored 100 there. That was an easy over. Houston got off to a super slow start. They ended up winning that game comfortably, but they did not cover the spread. I think they won by like 19 or 20. They just dug themselves in such an early hole. It took them a while to get out of it and build on that lead. They didn't have enough time to cover the 26. Kent State, Illinois, depends on where you got this. I saw 55, 56, 55.5. So that one finished at 55. So maybe it was a push, maybe it was a slight win. South Carolina, huge line, almost 30 points, but they got the job done. Louisiana Tech, this was our free play of the day that we gave out, and they gave up a 50-yard run at the very end of the game. It actually should have been a push, but they ended up winning by 3. So that was a tough loss there. Like I said, it should have been a push. I mean, they were the much better team, but they just did not pull away when they needed to. And then Washington Auburn, like I said, this is the misprint. This game went way under the total. So we hit 6 out of 9. So I would say that's a pretty good first attempt. So we'll see what we can do this week. Actually, let's just get right into it. We'll go ahead and put up this week's long shot bet of the day. I'm not gonna dive into all these games because like I said, I don't want you guys watching a super long video. I know you guys have a lot of things going on. It's Saturday, a lot of football's going on, probably have some family time, other things going on. So let's keep this nice, short and sweet. So we have Boise State, a big line for them. They are playing UConn. UConn got smashed by Central Florida. Central Florida is a very good team. I think Boise State is right there with them. So I think Boise State can have a similar result and crush UConn, especially at home on that Smurf turf. I like Boise State to crush UConn. We have Arkansas -13, and they are playing. Let me pull them up here. Yeah, they're playing Colorado State. Colorado State's 0-2, and they haven't looked good in either game. That defense is terrible. Hawaii scored a ton of points on them. Colorado absolutely smashed them. Now you have an SEC team, not one of the best SEC teams this year, but still a very good team in Arkansas. I think they should be able to dominate, especially on the ground, and just run all over Colorado State. So I like Arkansas. This is a low 13-point spread. based on the way Colorado State's been playing. I like Arkansas here. Appalachian State, man, what a game they had last week against Penn State. Kind of a risky play, taking them this week. That's why right now I just have them as a lean, because it could be a letdown. I mean, if they play the way they played against Penn State, they should have a very, very easy victory against Charlotte. I mean, Charlotte and Penn State, not even in the same realm. So Appalachian State, even though they're on the road, if they don't have a letdown, if they bring that same intensity, it's going to be hard for them to do that. But they should beat Charlotte by 2 touchdowns plus. We have Washington State. They are playing San Jose State. San Jose State's always one of the worst teams in the league. Washington State scored a ton of points on a very good Wyoming defense last week. So if they can do that at home, now they have San Jose State at home, they should score a ton of points against that team. Oklahoma State, they're playing another scrub. They always score a ton of points. They should be able to cover 31. Ohio State playing Rutgers. Still no Urban Meyer. I don't think it matters. Just so much talent here in Ohio State. If they're focused, they should cover the spread. Liberty, this one's tricky. Liberty is new to the FBS, so we're still kind of learning about them. Army did not look good last week against Duke. They have a lot of new players this year, so I think it's going to take them some time. But at the same time, has Liberty faced the triple run offense that Army's going to bring? I don't know. I don't think Liberty's going to win this game, but I think they can keep it close. UAB, this is a lot of team not a lot of people know a lot about, but they're much better than Coastal Carolina. I think they can score a lot of points here. Even though they're on the road, they're favored by 9 for a reason. I think they get the job done. And then we have Utah State. Utah State, another team, much like Appalachian State. We'll see what kind of focus they bring into this game. Tough game at Michigan State that they should have won. They played it right down to the wire, ended up losing at the end. Now they come back home and face a New Mexico State team that's just absolute garbage. If they bring the same intensity, if they play the same way they played last week against Michigan State, they should cruise to an easy victory. But are they going to have a letdown? Are they going to have that game in the back of their minds, still thinking about what could have happened, what should have happened? You never know. But I mean, all you can do is go by what should happen, and they should crush New Mexico State. So that's going to be our long shot bet of the day for week 2 in college football. I could throw some MLB in there, some NFL in there, but there's a lot of college football out there, so we're going to stick with just college football. So those are 9 teams. 40 will pay $11,419. So obviously a huge parlay, not one I'm expecting any of you guys to throw in. Like I said, it's called a long shot for a reason. I have hit these in the past. Actually, I think I've only hit it once in the past, but I haven't been doing it for that long either. So I think I'm going to hit it again this year. We'll see what happens. I like these 9 right here. But that's going to be this week's edition. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. So let's go ahead and recap a little bit what happened last week. I'll pull up the numbers that we had on the Patreon side of things. That's where I post all my plays. For those of you that are new to the channel, I have a Patreon page where I post all of my plays every single morning or the night before, just depending on what's going on with the scheduling. So here's last week's stats, or just overall in college football week 1 is stats. So straight bets were 4-2. 67%. Teaser bets, I love giving out teasers and parlays. Teaser bets were 2-1, also 67%. So overall 67%. We're doing great things right now. We have a great start to the college football season. We're only looking to build upon that. The first few weeks of college football is just kind of a feeling out period, trying to see what these different teams are doing. There's a lot of question marks, a lot of new quarterbacks, a lot of new coaches, and in different places. So it's just kind of just gathering all the data and just putting it all together as the weeks go along. So to get off to such a good start already sets us up nicely to just continue that success. So like I said, we're looking to do great things. If you're interested in more than just my free play, check out my Patreon page, because that's where they'll be. So here's a sample of what we did last Saturday. I gave out 3 plays over on the Patreon side of things, 3 straight bets, and we hit 2 in 1 with the straight bets. We had Northern Illinois that I mentioned +10 that got crushed by Iowa. Then we had West Virginia. That was my top play of the day, -10 over Tennessee. I love that game. Then we had Kent State, Illinois under 56. Like I said, depending on what book you had it at, 55.5, 56. If you were unlucky, maybe 55 and you push, but 56, we got that under there. So 2-1 there, and before that we were already 2-0. So that was a 4-1 start with the straight bets in college football. So like I said, we're doing great things. If you're interested in those plays, check out my Patreon page. But let's go ahead and move on to today's free play of the day. And I'm going to go with one of the teams that I had in the long shot bet of the day. I'm going to go with Arkansas. I really like this game. I touched on some of those points already. You have an SEC team playing Colorado State. Colorado State was supposed to be, I think a lot of people were, I don't want to say high on them, but they were expected to be better than they're playing right now. Colorado is not that great of a team, and they just got smashed by Colorado. Hawaii surprised a lot of people the way they started this year, but they aren't supposed to be that good. And they, like I said, scored a ton of points against Colorado State. If those two teams can score a ton against Colorado State, I'm sure they've had a lot of practice time trying to shore up all the mistakes that they've been having, but I still think Arkansas is going to come in on the road, and like I said, I think they're going to control this game on the ground, which is usually what Arkansas does, and they're just a more talented team. They're the better team. It's only 13 points, 13.5, depending on where you get it. So that's going to be today's free play of the day. I really like Arkansas in this game. I don't think Arkansas is one of the top teams in the SEC this year, but they're still in that division. They're still in that conference with those recruits. Still, you know, they're a great team. Not a great team, they're a good team. Much better team than Colorado State. So I like 13 here. I don't want to ramble on too much. That's today's free play of the day. I'm definitely going to have a lot more in college football. I'm going to have a couple teaser bets. I'm going to have my moneyline parlay bet that I am known for, that I am best at. So a lot more things coming, and I'll post all those over on the Patreon side of things. So hopefully you guys enjoy this free play. Hopefully it's a winner. It's a bet I'm going to be taking myself. Hopefully you guys enjoy the long shot bet of the day. A bunch of games that I'm leaning towards, not necessarily taking, but I have leans on them. So that's going to be today's edition of College Football Week 2. Stay tuned for my NFL video that will be coming out later today or early in the morning before any games kick off. So again, I want to thank all you guys for joining me today. I appreciate it. Don't want to make this video too long, so I just want to say good luck with all your picks. Enjoy your Saturday. Enjoy football if you're going to watch the games. Otherwise, enjoy whatever else you're going to be doing, and I'll see you guys soon.